She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California.
A friend of mine actually called me and he said, "Kamala, my wife got the letter." She freaked out. She brought all the kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, "If you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail." Yes, we achieved intended effect. Going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my re-election race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it. And this is what we did. We recognized that in that initiative, as a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. The school district has got a carrot. Let's work in tandem around our collective objective and goal, which is to get those kids in school. So, to that end, on my letterhead, now let me tell you something about my letterhead. When you're the DA of a major city in this country, usually the job comes with a badge. And there is often an artistic rendering of said badge on your stationery. So, I sent a letter out on my letterhead to every parent in the school district, outlining the connection that was statistically proven between elementary school truancy, high school dropouts, who will become a victim of crime, and who will become a perpetrator of crime. We sent it out to everyone. A friend of mine actually called me and he said, "Kamala, my wife got the letter." She freaked out. She brought all the kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, "If you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail." Yes, we achieved intended effect.
Anthony Perkins and Fear Strikes Out.
Okay. Kamala Harris has what it takes.
Like opening pitch? Yeah.
Joe writes in part this: "It's one thing to propel a presidential campaign off a launch pad, and quite another to successfully send it into a safe political orbit. But a few days into her campaign, even Harris's critics should take note that the junior senator managed something in her first campaign speech that the last Democratic nominee failed to do throughout the whole 2016 campaign. She gave Americans a compelling explanation as to why she wanted to be president. Her message, 'We are better than this,' was delivered with the fierce urgency of now, in that it was much like the earlier campaign launch by Senator Elizabeth Warren, who framed her own White House bid as the continuation of her quest to protect consumers, to hold corporate leaders accountable, and to promote a fiery brand of progressivism shaped by the prairie populism of Oklahoma and the liberal ethos of Harvard intellectualism."